Dubston. Welcome to the I Ching Cafe. Thank you for joining me again. And if you are new to the channel, thank you for popping in. I hope that you find a home here and inspiration and that you stay along for the ride with us. Right, so this is our weekly overview for the week commencing the 24th of January 2022, where we look ahead and we see what is the I Ching asking us to pay attention to. I ask the coins the question, I cast the coins, draw it up, and then this video or podcast episode then interprets that for you based on my experience of working with the I Ching. So, what are we needing to focus on this week? Before we get to that, let's just have a little recap from last week where we had two very relationship-focused hexagrams, 53 development and 31 influence, the marriage hexagram and the courtship hexagram. Okay, development, putting one foot in front of the other, building things every day, showing up every day, boring but sustainable. And we also have this influence energy of the attraction and feeling called to something and drawn forward and needing to be in the woman, in the female energy and drawing it in, providing a space to bring things together that belong together. So what on earth happened for you last week as we worked through that flow of change? Right, so this week, let's have a look. Very interesting. We have a returning guest, okay, on multiple fronts, hexagram-wise, changing lines-wise. Okay, so let's have a look. Our first hexagram, our first flow of change we're being asked to pay attention to this week is Marrying Maiden, hexagram 54. We had this hexagram the week before last. And this hexagram is all about recognizing that we are not in pole position, we are secondary. We don't have as much power as we would like in a situation. We have to accept that we are a few rungs down in the hierarchy, and our task is to accept that secondary position and do what we can from that position. Because what is happening is we are being moved into position where we can fulfill our purpose. This hexagram always brings big cycles of change that shift our expectations as to what's going on, even if it seems confusing or change happens where it doesn't make sense, you can't see the cause. You have to trust that it's working this way because you are going into position and you are not even seeing how these forces of change are influencing, but you are being guided into alignment with what you are really here to do or what you're really here to do now. So this hexagram is always a lesson in letting go of our attachment to things being the way they are, going with the flow and realizing that we are not in control. We are a passenger for now. Now, obviously we are, in control of our consciousness and our life, but really this hexagram comes to remind us that in the big scheme of things, in the big cycles of change that move around us, we're not in control as much as we would like. And that is quite hard to accept. The ego does not like to think that it is not fully in charge all the time. So this hexagram this week, our strategy is to stay open, to accept and trust the process. I said last time we had this, the week before last, trust the process. Let your world guide you. Let the unfolding events around you provide you with biofeedback as to what's going on, what to pay attention to. Just stay in good behavior, conduct yourself with grace and humility, and you'll be fine. And think back to the week before last, what was happening for you there. Perhaps there's like another level of change on this issue that's now kicking back in and is reminding you that there's more to be done. Okay, we're reviewing, we're going back over it. So the changing lines, which ones do we have for this week? Our first changing line we have is in the second position, and then we have the sixth position one. So the sixth position one is a repeat. Week before last, we had this exactly the same changing line. Okay, so let's deal with number 2 first. This changing line says our best position right now is to be off stage. So you can imagine there's a whole drama going on the stage and you're standing in the wings looking backstage onto the stage. And you can see all these actors, pushing around and beating their chests and puffing themselves out and acting out this drama in front of you. Your best position this week is off stage, looking in. Okay, go undercover. Just Not just take a secondary position, be out of sight, because that is where you are most powerful. There's an independent perspective that you can have looking onto the stage where you can see things that are really important and critical without getting involved in all the drama. So where you see drama unfold, whatever level or degree that is, stay out of it. Retract, withdraw to the wings, and watch it unfold in front of you. Dust will settle and everything will fall into place for you. Our trick is not to want to fix or get involved in the situation, but just let it flow. Okay? But if you are in the back in the wings, you're going to be fine. Right. The next changing line is the tough one. You remember from the week before last, we had this one, exact same changing line, where we have a basket which we think is full of goodies. We open it up, it's empty. The woman thinks she's pregnant, but she's actually barren. So a situation where something just doesn't have sustenance in it. It is empty. And what do we face? We face making the decision, this is not for me. There's nothing in this for me. And the eternal hope we have for things to be different and things to have benefits that they don't have is our challenge here. Particularly if, for example, in a business context, there are sunk costs. We've invested over years into something which we always felt was the right thing for us. And now we have to accept there's nothing here. It's barren. We have to leave it. Just abandon it, back away and move on. So I would encourage us as we work with this week. Number one, what is the drama unfolding around you where your best strategy is to take the back position behind the wings, looking in, learning and having insights from your independent position, which allows you to act better when the time comes. And number two, what do we have to accept is barren and over? If there is something that is barren in your life that you need to say no to and leave that you didn't do in the week before last, I would say this comes back to remind you it really is that way, okay? It's not going anywhere, right? So you have to make your own choices. Just because I say this doesn't mean that that is the choice you make in life. Use your own faculties, trust your own life. But the I Ching comes back and says, a reminder, if we haven't accepted that something is over, that something is barren, we come and we get reminded. So I think if you haven't let it go week before last, this week you're going to get the information. The data is going to come back at you to say, yes, it really is over. Okay, and just remember that and work with that the best you can. Our outcome hexagram, what is it? We have hexagram 21, biting through. Okay, biting through is, and you can see it from the structure of the hexagram, is our open mouth, which is nourishment, which is now obstructed by something that's preventing us from biting down, getting the nourishment, being able to chew the resources and take in the nourishment we need. So it's an obstacle that's preventing us from getting what we need. The way we deal with the obstacle, as you've heard me say before, is to follow the advice of Alexander the Great when he faced the Gordian knot. It was an unsolvable knot, and he knew the only way to solve it was to take out his sword and cleave it open, much to the horror of everyone in the story. And if you don't know the story, go and Google it. It's very interesting. So work with this idea that this week there is a leathery old piece of gristle between your teeth, or a piece of wood that's preventing you from biting and chewing and eating your meal. And the way that we do this is vigorously attack the issue. Okay, this is a court case where you take someone to court, or where the government takes someone to court. Okay, this is a legal action hexagram. So that can give you an idea of we vigorously take action, bite through, and we take action to get rid of this thing that's in the middle of the mouth. So wherever you feel obstructed this week, this hexagram has come to bring you insights on how to do that. And I do think that if we work with hexagram 54, Marrying Maiden Well, that we are going to have the energy to bite through the things that are preventing us from moving forward. When we get these hexagrams, we don't get them because they are creating awareness of that flow of change. This flow of change is here. We have the energy to bite through. So let's do it. Let's put in the energy this week. Let's bite through the obstacles that are preventing us from moving forward, and let's take vigorous action. Put in the energy because it releases stuckness, it releases the obstacle and allows us to take in the nourishment that we so need at this time. Go and check out the January overview if you haven't yet done so, and stay well, be blessed, focus on the abundance, a consciousness that the I Ching asked us to focus on for 2022. Please like, share and subscribe and join us on the socials, and I look forward to seeing you soon.